course. It's not a video unless I've got lipstick on my teeth. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you the November episode for the Get Ready With Me Dust Collectors series that I'm doing with Paula from A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It. So you know the drill, all the details are linked down below. Make sure you check Paula out if you haven't already, and let's get straight into it. So I actually had already started my makeup before I decided to film this today. So I've already got my base on, my concealer, my eye primer, my brows. But what we're going to do is we're going to skip all that and jump straight into the eyes. Now, November is my birthday month, so I've decided I'm going to use a new palette to my collection. Which, does that make it a dust collector, or could I say it would be a dust collector, because if I don't use it now, I'm probably not going to use it for a hot minute or two. So this is a pre-dust collector, shall we say, but it is from Revolution, and it is the new Beautiful Darkness palette. This is the box, and I think it is just gorgeous. And I even don't mind the palette itself. It's this beautiful matte palette with this embossed writing, and the colors inside are very cool toned, very dark and dangerous, as I guess Beautiful Darkness implies. So what I'll do is I'm going to chuck in a swatch picture. Yes, that's the word. I'm going to now jump to a picture of swatches of this palette, just so you can have an idea of what they look like, and then we're going to get started with today's look. So what is the plan for today? I'm going to start off by putting Apparition, this color just here, in my crease. As you can see, my crease has a slight yellowy tinge to it, and that's because I've been using the yellow from my Pan That palette to set my eyeshadow primer. So that's why it's looking a bit yellowy. I'm not sick, there's nothing wrong with me, that's just what it is. But once we put these shades over it, it will definitely, hopefully, cover it up a bit. So what I might do is I might actually pull you in a bit. I'm here trying something a bit different with my lighting setup. So the only light I have is coming from a desk lamp. So is that going to, oh, that's a bit off, isn't it? Is that making it a bit better, a bit brighter? Let me just zoom in like this. Hopefully that will do the trick. This side of my face is a bit dark. Can I maybe get this to, what is stopping it? Is that better? That might be a bit better if I put this. We're here just changing up this whole entire setup to try to make it work. It will do the trick, I think, for now. So let's chuck Apparition into my, I don't think that's going to work at all, actually. I feel like this is maybe like in the way. Is that better? Maybe that's a bit better. I think that's a bit better. We'll try this way. Okay, so we're chucking Apparition up into my crease. Okay, and that's a good start. So then I'm going to move on to, as you can see, there is a bit of fallout, but I'm going to use this one here, which is Possess, which, can you see that is a bit of a purple? I'm going to chuck that one in my crease and my outer corner. So what has been happening on my neck of the woods? So anyone who keeps up with Australian news, essentially, especially, oh, actually, that's not the colour I plan to use. Oh, well, it is what it is. I just realised after starting to use Possessed, it was not the purple I originally planned to use. I was going to use Horror. So, but that's okay. We'll add a bit of Possessed to our eye. And then we'll chuck in horror. Anyway, so like I was saying, if you've been keeping up with the Australian news, what happened this past week is there was a bit of a resurgence in cases, COVID cases. I say resurgence, but really it is nothing compared to what other places are experiencing. But there was a bit of, I guess, misunderstanding, or they thought something was happening that actually wasn't, I guess is how to explain it. But our state went into full lockdown. So we were meant to be in full lockdown for 6 days. However, shortest lockdown in history, we actually come out after 3. So on the second day, which was Friday, it was announced that we would actually be getting out of lockdown midnight on Saturday night. So that is what has been going on here. It was interesting. I'm chucking horror now, which is this purple, a bit in the crease and mostly in the outer corner. Like I was saying, because I work in a library, it was awesome that we were able to work from home. We started a bit of a online program to keep those in lockdown, I guess, entertained. But like I said, it only lasted a very, very minimal period of time. So we're back out of lockdown and actually back to another, I guess, a semblance of normal, though we do have some restrictions, and unfortunately the restrictions that are in place still impede my job. So though I can go to work, we are not actually allowed to open for the public to be able to come in as of yet. So we are in the process of looking at, I guess, click and collect style programs, which we had the first time around. We were closed, so we should hopefully be able to implement those type of things again to make, I guess, people in my community able to access our services. So I've just got another mirror here. I'm just having a quick look. Yeah, I don't mind that. It looks a bit odd in this, but I don't mind it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Torment, which is this sparkly green up there. I'm going to use that on my lids. So let me grab my flat brush, which is this one here, and I'm going to chuck Torment on the inner section of my lids. That is very, very smooth. I've just got another mirror here to see if this will make it a bit easier for me. Let's just move this up a little. Ugh. Maybe that might be a bit better. Now that we've added that, I'm really not that great at these chatty get ready with me's. Every time I think, oh, I'm gonna get better this time, I've got things to talk about this time around, and still I'm dead quiet. So I guess we are heading towards the end of the year. This is horror, by the way. I'm adding a bit more of that. I'm gonna definitely have to darken up this outer corner a bit. So we're definitely heading into the end of the year, which means things are, I guess, wrapping up for the Christmas season. As you might know, I attend uni, so I've only got I'm a external virtual student, but I am a uni student all the same, and I'm wrapping up this study period worth of work, so it's been a bit hardcore, I guess. I've got we had 10 weeks to complete quite a large project, as well as additional coursework on top of that. So we are, I think, 2 weeks, apologies, 2 weeks away from the end of this study period. I've got, technically, it'd be 4 assignments due. I have completed one of them and handed them in. I am in the process of drafting a second one. That is a group assignment, so I'm working with my partner on that. And then I have another one due next weekend, and then one more due the Friday after that. So just a little bit left to go. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting this term finalised. I'm putting a bit more of Possessed up here just to kind of, I guess, blend it out a little bit. Yes, I'm definitely looking forward to getting this term done and dusted. It has been a bit of a hard term, as I guess is expected for everyone. But the project itself has been rather difficult as well. Though I will say I definitely learned something about myself and about a few other things along the way. So that is always a good thing. Now I'm going to actually use Possessed as well and go along my waterline. So I, for one, am definitely looking forward to the end of the year. One, I finalise the schoolwork. That will be the start of December. And my goal is to see how many books I can manage to read in the month of December. So, I guess let's have a little bit of a game out of that. How many books do you think I'll manage to get through in December? Let me know in the comments section below. My husband is going with 2, though I have a feeling that his claim of 2 is less to do with how many I possibly could read, and more to do with the fact that he doesn't want me to be putting all my time and energy into reading. But I would like to be putting I'm going to use Possessed as well, again, just to kind of buff out the edges. I do want to be putting a high percentage of my time and energy into reading. There we go. And I'm going to use Tainted, which is this black shade up here. I'm going to use that to deepen up my outer corner just a bit more. I will say that these shades, apart from the shimmer that I've currently used, but the mattes are definitely a bit crumbly, there's a bit of fallout with them, but that's okay. Nothing too bad. I find that they're definitely pigmented enough. I don't have any complaints about that at this point. I always find this eye is definitely the hardest eye for me to do. This side of my face, and I'm assuming it's obviously because I'm right-handed, but this side of my face is definitely the hardest side for me to do, and I find it never looks as good as this side. There we go. Let's just clean that up a little bit. What is that like? Oof, that does not look good close up. Right now there's like this weird light that's making it look okay, but oh, how awkward. How awkward. I'm just going in with a bit more horror to kind of tidy that up a bit. Okay. I guess with everything that's going on and not sure what's going to be happening, you know, tomorrow more or less, then the next month, do many people have much planned for the Christmas period? Personally, I'm just going to be heading, I guess, home to my house for the Christmas period, and then I'm going to spend most of it hanging with my dog and reading. But I am working right up until the week before Christmas, so it won't be as long as I would like, but that's okay. I generally love the Christmas period, though I also hate it at the same time. It's a very weird thing. I'm looking forward to the Kris Kringles. I've got myself some presents bought already to be able to give out to Kris Kringles. We normally do, I call them Secret Santas, but people tend to call them Kris Kringles. That we are doing for work, and also one for book club. So I'm excited for that. But other than that, overall, we do not have too much planned. We do have our work Christmas do plan, but to be honest, with the corona, oh sorry, this is a white pencil that I'm just using to create a bit of a sticky white base here in my inner corner. I don't know if that will still happen. I hope it does, but it's one of those things that we can't predict, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Unfortunately, our Christmas pageant this year is not happening because obviously of the same things. I'm going to be using this gold shade, which is called Corrupted. I'm going to use that one in my inner corner. But like I said, it is what it is, and I would rather be safe and make sure those around me are safe, and then, you know, worry about experiencing a Christmas pageant. Because a Christmas pageant is, you know, it's great, and we have them every year, and it's a tradition, but really, it is not the, I guess, the be-all and end-all of life, and it's not what Christmas is really about. You know, it's about making sure people are happy and healthy. And, you know, if that's the worst thing that I have got to be worried about, then really I've got it pretty good. That's what I like to think. Okay, so that is that one. I'm gonna finish that up in the other corner. And I think that being in South Australia, we are very lucky compared to some other states and some other countries, and how things are going for there. I mean, Victoria, they were in lockdown. They've only recently come out of lockdown. So they're definitely, we're a lot luckier, I guess, than what happened over there. And I definitely can't complain about how we have handled things here. You know, it could always be better, but it could always be a lot worse as well. So I'm also going to put this on up into my brow bone. Okay. Let me just have a quick look in my other mirror. I actually quite like that. So we're going to grab, this is my, what is that? My Pan That palette, and I like, you have been using this shade Universal up in the top corner as my highlighter, so we're going to continue with that trend. Might have over highlighted. That's okay. But otherwise, that's it. What was my main intention of that whole sentence? I'm feeling not really with it this afternoon. So where I was going with all that is that we're getting to the end of the year, so lots of things are wrapping up, which will also be said for this series. So I know that Paula and I will be probably filming our last episode for this on December the 23rd. I don't know whether Paula is planning to continue this series into the next year or not, but originally when we spoke about it, we were going to go into the end of the year. So this series may be finishing up. If you are interested in seeing this series continue into 2021, please let me know in the comments section below. But I'm already in the process of planning my projects and some of my series and collabs for year 2021. I'm hoping to be able to put more into this channel, but it all depends on what's happening, basically. Now, let me spray my face, because I think that will be it for my eyes. Let's actually move you back over to here. Why did I not keep my camera like that the whole time? That is so much better than how I just had it. Anyway, let's spray my face. I do not like the spritzer on this, and like as you can see, can you see that? It like gets all wet and weirdly comes out the top. So this is the Rimmel Insta Fix and Go 2-in-1 primer and setting spray, and it is definitely not my favorite. It also has a weird, it has a nice smell, but it hurts my eyes a little bit, so I don't particularly know how good or bad it is as such, but that spritzer on it is just terrible. So I would not recommend unless you're going to decant it into another bottle with a better spritzer. So let me do, now that we've done that, I'm going to do my lips, and this one is technically not a get ready, not a dust collector, but before it went into my 10 use project, this is the NYX Lip Lingerie in Scandalous, and it is currently in my project 10 uses. Before it went into that project, it was definitely a dust collector, and even since it's been in there, I've only used it an additional 2 times. So we're going to be using this today because I feel like the cool toned colors of it is very similar to the shades of my of the palette that we used. So we're going to use this. I find the texture of these really weird because it's kind of like a lip gloss, kind of like a liquid suede. This video has been a bit of a hot mess today, but I'm going to upload it anyway because it's good to see that people are fallible. Such a weird feeling lipstick when it's on your lip as well. Okay. So that is looking kind of green in this light, but really, is that better? It's really not. It's more of a brownie grey. But that is that. Now I'm going to quickly do my waterline, and of course. So I'm going to quickly do my waterline and my lashes, and then we'll be right back and we'll finish this all up. And we're back. Now I have used the Byes Black eyeliner, and I've also used the, what is this, Kat Von D or KVD Vegan Beauty mascara in Go Big or Go Home. Personally, I don't mind this mascara. I found it has got better with age, so since opening it. However, I would not be willing to pay the price that this would normally go for just for a mascara. I'd rather get an Essence or some other type of drugstore mascara. Okay, so this is our look for today. I think it is definitely playing on that beautiful darkness theme that the palette comes with. Let me know whether you like it, what you think, what you thought what I should have added or changed, or all of the above down in the comments below. And I think that's probably about all we've got for today. And I think I desperately need a nap from all the study that I have been doing. So I'm Verity. That was the November episode for my Get Ready With Me Dust Collector series I'm doing with Paula from A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It. And now to the outro.